Button.
Congratulations, gentlemen, on your nominations. Thanks for your continued willingness to serve our country. Mr. McPherson, how would you rate the performance of Army Futures Command thus far, and what are your concerns going forward?
I think the performance to date has been outstanding. Army Futures Command and General Murray is our Futures Officer. The key to Army Futures Command is the cross-functional teams, that teamwork that exists between the acquisition community and the requirements community. Bringing those two entities together in one place, those officers together in one place in the CFTs, has created tremendous synergy. Several examples of that exist. The one that I've seen most recently was IVAS, the Integrated Visual Augmentation System. I went to a use case down in Fort Pickett along with the Vice Chief a couple of weeks ago, and to watch the requirements and the acquisition team together with the vendor, Microsoft in this case, working closely together was almost magical. And the result of that, as well as the soldier touch points that take place, that is, our soldiers are our ones that test them in those use cases and bring back to the individuals that are creating the item, the IVAS, is a tremendous step in the right direction. I would rate the effort so far by AFC as outstanding. Going forward, we need to continue to fund those modernization efforts, and we're doing that through a continuation of what has been known colloquially as Night Court. As Secretary McCarthy recently said, we're going to continue that effort through the next POM cycle that we build for 22, identifying those programs that don't meet the criteria of the National Defense Strategy for our modernization, and either trimming them down or even ending those programs and transferring those funds to programs that we need to modernize and to equip our Army into the future, with the goal being 2028 of fielding that multi-domain operations capability.
Thank you. Let's talk about long-range fires. For much of the last decade, the previous decade, I should say, we turned artillerymen into infantrymen conducting manpower-intensive counterinsurgency operations. The National Defense Strategy has put a renewed and overdue emphasis on artillerymen doing the job of artillerymen, neutralizing, suppressing, and destroying the enemy with extended long-range fires. Talk to us about how the Army's FY21 budget request will continue this focus and properly prioritize this critical capability.
Long-range precision fires is our #1 modernization priority. The 21 budget request that you'll see will reflect that. That's where our majority of our funding is going, both in a number of areas, both in PRISM and in hypersonics. You will see an increased emphasis upon hypersonics. We are now building the glide body for that. It is a tri-service effort. We're partnering with both the Air Force and the Navy in that endeavor, and we look forward to partnering with the Air Force and the Navy going forward in other weapon systems as well. But you're going to see in the FY21 budget that long-range precision fires remains our #1 priority.
I long advocated for the United States to withdraw from the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty, since it only bound the United States and Russia had blatantly violated the treaty over the years. President Trump thankfully withdrew from that treaty last year. From a strategic standpoint, though, the threat of intermediate range missiles comes as much from China in the Western Pacific as it does from Russia in the Eastern or in the European theater. Can you talk to us about the need for those kinds of intermediate range fires to neutralize or at least reduce the threat from China in particular in the Western Pacific?
Yes, Senator, our withdrawal from the INF opened the opportunity for us to do just what you articulated. Our main thrust in there is our hypersonics. We will be fielding our first hypersonics battery in 23. We have decided to station it on the West Coast. There's a reason for that. That sends a message. In addition, with regard to the Indo-PACOM area, we are making efforts right now to partner with our allies through various ways of gaining a footprint, a rotational footprint, not a permanent footprint in those first island chains, so that with our PRISM and other long-range precision fires, we can counter the Chinese threat in that region.
Thank you.